Hey, crawl spacers, welcome to a spider solicit chit chat. It's just me by myself. So if you wanted to chat it up on a Thursday night and talk about the new solicits that just came out from Marvel, I thought it'd be a fun time. I just spent about an hour putting the solicits up on the front page of the crawl space. So I thought we could talk through them and get your 2 cents if you would like to talk. And there's Sarah. What's going on, Sarah? So let's pop these up on the screen. So there we go. We're going to talk about this one a little later. This is actually a solicit for January. Marvel just sent out a press release about that, about a new 2099 book. But we're going to talk about the December, what is coming out in December of 2023, the very end of the year. So your opening presents, shopping for presents, if you celebrate Christmas, that is. So let's talk about what's I just spent time putting these images up, and we're going to take a look through the images. Amazing Spider-Man 39, written by Zeb Wells and John Romita Jr. on art. The Gang War storyline is taking off. Actually, they took the words right out of my mouth. Gang War kicks off here. Super crime is running rampant, and Spider-Man can't solve only one problem at a time. So he can't solve any problems? Or can he solve one problem at a time? Or can he not solve any problems? I think I'm overreading this. Anyway, so Spidey builds a team to take down all the super criminals of NYC in 48 hours. Good luck, Spidey. $6 for 40 pages. Again, the prices are going up if you haven't noticed. Let me read that one more time. Super crime is running rampant, and Spider-Man can't solve only one problem at a time. So maybe that's why he has a team. He can't solve any problems. He needs a team of people. Anyway, again, I didn't expect to spend that much time on the first solicit. Here's some cover art for you. Good looking cover. I don't know what She-Hulk has on, but looks like she's going to hurt somebody with that. You've got the X-Men #1 by Jim Lee. And what if Mickey and friends gain mutant powers? Or if you'd like it in color, I would think for $6 you would, but that's just me. I kind of like Spider-Man on my covers, not the word X-Men on my covers of Amazing Spider-Man. And so I'm paying $6. By God, I need a logo. Okay, I haven't looked at chat. Chat, what's going on? We got Vinkman. What's going on, buddy? We got Sarah Trayvon. Good to see you too, buddy. Sarah's excited for the gang war. I think it'll be a street level story I really like. I agree, Sarah. I like street level much more than I do in Limbo or Hell, or with the exception of Secret Wars out on the battle planet. I like street level stuff. Radiac in the house. Can't wait to talk about the apparent revival of Ultimate Spider-Man. I haven't put that press release up there because there's nothing much to go with. There's just an image of Jonathan Hickman and Mark Cicchetto, who I like Mark Cicchetto. He did a great job on Daredevil. So, did I misspell that solicit? I did not. That is a cut and paste straight from Marvel. So, maybe they misspelled it. All right. We've got 2 issues as usual per the month of December. So here is the cover art for Amazing Spider-Man 40. They don't list a legacy, so I can't figure out what it's supposed to be. You got a Peach Momoko cover there. You've got, let's see who did that one. I don't think that's J. Scott Campbell. That doesn't look like his signature. Who could that be? Oh, Tony Daniel. I bet that's Tony Daniel. Possibly. I don't know. Let's read it. We've got the gang war continues. Battle lines are drawn with Spidey and his crew being the only ones who can save all of New York City from the worst super criminals to ever super criminal. There you go. But it's Tombstone on their side. And you won't believe your eyes reading the last page of this issue. Ooh, that makes you want to pick it up, doesn't it? Now, the last one was $5.99 for 40 pages. And for 6 more pages, you're going to save $1. No, wait a minute. That's 7, 8 more pages. You save $1. So every 8 pages is $1, maybe. Anyway, those are the 2 issues of Amazing Spider-Man that we're going to get for December. And here are the Spider Satellites. Again, if you watch Patreon, you get to hear us review all these. Daredevil, aka Elektra, is part of the gang war. So got some good looking covers here of Elektra. You've got that one. And you've got this one. Which one's your preference? I kind of like that one, and I kind of like this one. I think that one looks pretty cool. 4-issue miniseries by Erica Schultz and Sergio Davila. And the heat is on in Hell's Kitchen. Electra Nachios, former assassin turned daredevil, has been recruited by the Amazing Spider-Man to stop New York from tearing itself apart as every mobster and supervillain in town goes to war. And Electra is the only thing standing in the way of Hell's Kitchen annihilation at the hands of a dangerous new gang, the Heat, whose violent schemes from the pages of Daredevil unfold. $5 again for 40 pages on this mini. So let's see, 5 times 4, $20 to collect that mini series if you want. Miles Morales is going back and fighting the Hobgoblin, but he's bringing Spider-Man with him on this issue. Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Man. Again, Cody Ziegler, Federico Vicenti, amazing artist. I don't know if you're reading Miles Morales, but great art on this. I think this is the best Miles has been in years. Honestly, it consistently gets good grades on our Spider Satellite podcast. This is the amazing team up as the gang war rages on. New York is under siege as supervillains and criminal gangs violently carve the city up like pie. 3.14. Miles' job is to save all of Brooklyn from destruction, but there are too many fires for the Spider-Men to put out on their own. The most unlikely super allies will rise on both sides, and while Miles has his hands full of fighting criminals and escaping Scorpion and the anti-super cape killers task force, Hobgoblin is busting a move. No, wait a minute. He's making a move. He's making a big move is what he's doing. 32 pages for $4. So, yeah, okay. I'm just comparing prices because these books are going up. We have another issue of Miles coming out in December. Let's take a look at this. Yes, Sarah, I can see it now. Let's bring the heat. It's cold in December, but we're bringing the heat, Sarah. That's what we're doing. We're bringing the heat to these solicits. You got a Uncle Aaron, or is that Hobie, or who the heck is this Prowler? Let's find out. The Prowler enters the battlefield. Can you feel the heat, Sarah? Hobgoblin launches his first strike in the gang war, and he's offering no quarter for Spider-Man, and no nickel or dime either. And the Prowler joins the fight, but is he friend, or is he foe? Is he Uncle Aaron? Is he Hobie? Is he Hobie 2? Is he Hobie 3? Is he Ben 57? We'll never know. Unless you pay $4 and find out for 32 pages. Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. Greg Pak, famous for writing World War Hulk. Kaio Majado on art. And David Aja on art. Let's take a look at that. It's a good looking cover. We've got, I bet you there's 10 rings. Should we count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we're missing a ring. Is it behind the gang war? Is there a 10th ring? Find out. And you've got this one doing high kicks. You got a foil variant cover by here if you want to pay a lot of money for that. Gang war. Whose side are you on? Yeah, chat. Whose side are you on? Gang war has thrown the crime lords and superheroes of New York into a deadly conflict, and as both Shang-Chi must play each side against each other in a dangerous game of deception when he becomes leader of his family's 5-weapon society, he promised to use it for good, but families and foes alike have been unsure of his true intentions. The stakes of the gang war will force his hand as he vows to protect Chinatown and use the opportunity to eliminate the 5-weapon society's biggest rivals. He'll use his world-class fighting skills as well as deceit, calculation, I thought that almost said circulation, and manipulation, that's a lot of IONs, to navigate the battlefields as he learns the arts of war is all about the shades of gray. So how much is that, boy? That is $5 for 40 pages, 3 issues on that mini. The ongoing, it no longer says of 4 anymore, so it looks like Spider-Woman is indeed an ongoing. They're going back and forth. I think they're waiting for the sales numbers of number 1 before they decide, hey, we making this thing an ongoing? Steve Fox and Carlo Barillia on art. Lionel Francis Yu, well-known Marvel artist, did the cover of that. Looks pretty good. Kind of looks like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 1 there. Spider-Woman goes to war. Can you feel the heat? Against the gang war, tearing through New York on the trail of the ruthless Diamondback. Oh, Diamondback. Is that Captain America's old girlfriend? and his, oh, I guess not, his mysterious backers, Jess commits a little corporate espionage, you just which may bury her in a dark corner of her past, plus the shadowy Green Mamba prowls for a rematch Spider-Woman may not be ready for. 32 pages, $4 for that. I'll be picking that one up. Chat, are you with me? Are you liking any of this stuff? Feel free to chime in. I'll pop your comments up. Luke Cage, Gang War. We've got, is that a new costume for Luke Cage? Why is this yellow? And why is he wearing a mask? Is it because he's the mayor? Anyway, he's got Cloak and Dagger here. Got his wife, Jessica Jones, his buddy, Danny Rand. So it's almost like a little Defenders mini reunion. Rodney Barnes, Ramon Box doing art. We've got Taking It to the Streets, Taking It to Michael McDowell. Can you feel the heat? The heat is on. That is from, the Eagles. Not Don Henley. Help me out, chat. Who's the other Eagles member? Don Henley and you'll get it for me. Vinkman knows. The city needs a hero more than it needs a mayor. Are we holding out for a hero? Possibly. That's another song. In the midst of a turbulent gang war, Luke Cage goes undercover and takes his battle to the streets to track down a new generation of Spider Slayers, but he won't be alone. Cloak and Dagger, Jessica Jones, and Danny Rand guest star in this 4-issue Luke Cage miniseries. I'm not excited for all the books I'll have to buy to understand this Spidey story. I mean, I don't have to, but I want to know. Well, if you wait a couple months, Sarah, some of it's up on Marvel Unlimited, so you can, if you don't want to buy them all, you don't want to be out so much money, you can wait a couple months. All right, Dan Slott, Mark Bagley back. That was adjectiveless Spider-Man. Then they put an adjective in front of it. They called it superior. And the team is back doing another superior Spider-Man story. You've got that cover. You've got Spider-Punk. Sarah, that's for you. You've got Spider-Gwen on drums. Hulk's evidently likes the bass. Spidey is a front man. Daredevil looks high. And Ben Grimm is getting another drink. And Doctor Strange is just kind of sad to be there. And I don't know why underage. Is she even underage anymore, Jubilee? She's been around for 30 years. Probably not. Clayton Crane is back, I think, on that cover. Haven't seen him in a long time. That is a great looking cover. I'm debating picking up that cover or that one. I don't know. I like Spidey and Hulk, but man. No time travel, no clones, just super spidering. I like the no clones thing. That's cool. The sins of Doc Ock's past are exacting a heavy toll on the president, and one of Peter Parker's closest friends must pay the price for them. If the secrets revealed in our last issue didn't fill you with dread, now why would we? Why issue 1 at the end? Why are we dreading? What are we dreading picking up issue 2? Wait until you see how this one ends. Yeah, I bet you it's going to make you dread issue number 3. That's not what you want. You want them to make you pick up issue 3. Okay, Sarah, I know you're addicted. I'm a spider addict too. And you said, let's go. I think you're talking about Superior Spider-Man. No, you're probably talking about the variant, if I had to guess, Sarah. You love Spider-Punk. So that's probably what you're excited about. If I had to predict your mind. I know Tyler on our show is excited about Carnage number 2. Turin Gronbeck writing, Pere Perez on art. We've got Flash in the Dark. Whoa, you could get arrested for that. In the darkness. Cletus Cassidy has been reborn. But maybe that's Flash Thompson in the dark. Or maybe it's just he's naked. I don't know. Cletus Cassidy has been reborn, but to truly ascend to absolute power, he needs 2 things: loyal followers and a worthy nemesis. Meanwhile, Flash Thompson becomes convicted. See, Flash is in there. Okay, that's what we're talking about. We're not naked. Flash is here. Flash Thompson becomes convinced that a series of increasingly horrifying murders are all connected. But who is Carnage's true target? I think men age 18 to 34. And that's it. I don't know. Flash in the Darkness, nude Carnage for $5. There you go. I miss other people on the panel. They would groan at me. I just have chat, and Sarah's telling me to let's go. So I am. We're going. Here we go to Spider-Boy. Oh, God. I'm not picking this up. I'm sorry. I know it's got Spider-Man on it. I can't do it. I don't like Spider-Boy. Not a big Dan Slott fan. Spider Boy number two, Paco Medina on art, Humberto Ramos doing the art of Cap, Taskmaster, Spider Boy sipping a Slurpee. Eesh. Here's the big Spider Man crawling up. And what is this? Spider Boy uh, Surf Edition. Okay. Versus the Taskmaster. Spider Boy's history of punching up has been wiped from the memory of most of the Marvel Universe and unfortunately not the reading public. That doesn't mean he can't hold his own. Well, so there's a joke. But plus, Spider Man gets a lesson in sidekicks from none other than Captain America. Plus, yes, Spider Boy, there is a Santa Claus. The Arachnid Kid and Kris Kringle are getting ready to kick some humbug butt. Guys, any thoughts on that one? Yes, Sarah. I am picking up the J. Michael Straczynski Captain America. It looks great. Spider-Man's on issue 2. I'm excited for that. Flash the Flasher, kind of redundant, don't you think, Vickman? I kind of do. All right. Not picking that one up. Here, let me tell you what I'm picking up. I'll pick up Carnage. I'll pick that one up. Not going to pick up Luke Cage. I'll read it later. I'll pick up some Spider-Woman. Not going to buy that one. I always buy Miles. I'm on the fence about that one. I don't know. I might read it later. And of course, when you're addicted to Spider-Man, you got to get Amazing Spider-Man. So let's see. Where were we? We're after Spider-Boy. All right, here we go. This one may even make me pick up variants. I don't know. Marvel Superhero Secret Wars Battle World number 2 of 4. Tom DeFalco and Pat Olive. Two people I've talked to, two people I know. Hopefully, I will get them on the show to promote this because I'm excited. Let me tell you what these solicits tell me. So this is the connecting variants. If you remember, if we're around in the 80s, they used to have ads inside Marvel Comics that looked similar to this. It would show you on NBC, the Smurfs, the Snorks, Spider-Man and his amazing friends coming to Saturday morning in September. This is what that homage is happening or is doing. I think that's very clever. Now, what this tells me, Tom DeFalco knows in Europe they released Secret Wars action figures of oh, what is his name? Anyway, Electro, Iceman, and what's his name? I can't think. I'm drawing a blank at the moment. But also, in the 80s, they released Secret Wars figures of Constrictor. That's it. Constrictor. And in the 80s, they released figures of Hobgoblin and also Baron Zemo, but they were never in the main story of the original 12 issue. Is Tom DeFalco putting these characters in so they're officially canon? I wouldn't put it past him. I think that's ingenious. I love Tom DeFalco. He's the best. There was a Baron Zemo figure. It looked very similar to this. I had it as a kid. Had a weird little belt. And also, I love the homage with the battle shields. That's a villain shield because it's square. I have a figure right here. And then the heroes had the circular ones like right there. Yes, I have Secret Wars figures within reach. So anyway, that's tempting. How much are they each? Oh, they're only $4. So anyway, I am too excited for this one. Can you tell this is, I love me some Secret Wars. Spider-Man, freshly attired in his new alien costume, is pulled from the Secret Wars to face a new challenge. The might of Hobgoblin, Baron Zemo, Electro, and Constrictor. See, I could have just read the solicits. I would have known what the guy's name was. Not a hoax, not an imaginary story, but how did this set of villains find their way into the battle world of Secret Wars? Only this issue holds the answer to this 40-year mystery. Do not miss Tom DeFalco and Pat Olive's all-new in-continuity tale featuring Spider-Man, Human Torch, and a slew of surprises. I love this idea. Human Torch, a little side mission at Secret Wars, some new villains who've already been made into action figures are coming to fight him. Take my money. This will not get my money. And as Sarah will tell you on the satellites, she regrets giving her money to this issue too. Spine-tingling Spider-Man. Oof. Saladin Ahmed and Juan Ferreira. Spider-Man gets stuck in the most horrifying haunted house with some of the most important people in his life. It has to be Mysterio, right? When Spidey finds Quentin Beck, that's what he thinks. But what if it's not? What if I don't care? I didn't like the thing on Marvel Unlimited. I thought it was weird. It even had its soundtrack. Yes, Sarah, you will get started on this on Saturday, talking about issue 0. I agree, Venkman. Tom DeFalco and Pat Olaf for the win, always. I'm excited for that. Let's just look at it again, get that bad taste out of my mouth. Yeah, that looks beautiful. Pick that up, support that. All right. Spider Gwen smash. Quit taking Hulk's line. We've got. That's a good looking cover. I like that. I like the pink, and that's also a good looking cover with the Daily Bugle behind her. Who are the artists on these two? We've got David Nakayama. I've seen his stuff before, and it looks really great. Melissa Flores, who I'm not familiar with, and Enid Balam on art. We've got negative space variant. Oh, no, never mind. Foil variant. Oh, you can get a foil variant. This one's going to put you back $6. The Mary Janes are off on a 4-city tour as the opening act to one of Earth 65's biggest rock bands. And Gwen has promised the band that this big break will all be about the music. No web slinging, no drums. Oh, that's not going to go. But when a mysterious assassin targets the headliner, Gwen begins to wonder how she got this gig in the first place, featuring new versions of some of your favorite characters. So what's not been introduced in Earth 65? You will find out a few of them in this miniseries. Probably going to pass on that too. Sorry. Not going to pass on this one. I've been picking up Venom for years. So Al Ewing, Julius Atta. I think this is Black Widow with a symbiote, and I'm not sure who that is. I think they will say it in the solicits. It's a symbiotic free-for-all. Freshly united and teamed up, Venom and Toxin fight like hell to save one of the Marvel Universe's greatest heroes from the darkness within her, unleashed by the all-new, all-horrifying symbiote. Remember how Venom used to eat brains, but then got over that as he tried to become a hero? Well, this symbiote doesn't share that kind of nature. Natasha needs brains now. Get the Widow some brains, please. There you go. How much is this putting you back? Still $3.99, 32 pages. There you go. Don't be deceived. That ain't Spider-Man. That is Nightcrawler on Uncanny Spider-Man. It's a 5-issue mini. Very much still with the Krakoan stuff. Cy Spurrier and Lee Garbett. Tony Daniel. I've always liked Tony Daniel stuff. In the claws of the vulture. In the arms of the angel. Sorry. I was thinking about something else. Mystique is missing. Mutant kind is scattered and hunted, and Nightcrawler must finally face the demons he's been keeping in the shadows, but it looked like the orchids will be helping him bare his soul as they rend the flesh from his bones. That doesn't sound like a good Friday night. Does Kurt Wagner's extraordinary journey end here? I hope not. I hope they all get off Gilligan's Island pretty damn soon. I'm so tired of that. Yes, Finkman. We know. Yeah, I agree. Why call it Smash? Yeah, that's maybe, I don't know. What do we got here, Matt? What's your question? Brad, have you read the What If Spider Shadows by Chip Zdarsky? I have. I recently read in trade. Some of it was great and some of it was predictable to me while I read it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really good. That one was a what if story, and he was just brutal to his villains. I thought that was a great story. If you haven't read it, pick it up in trade like Matt did, and or it's on Marvel Unlimited. We're near the end, friends. We've got the trades now. This is the back half, I think. Yeah, the back half of Nick Spencer's run. What cover you like? You got this one by Otley. You've got a Gleason one. And you've got, is that Gleason? No, that's Art Adams, I think. So I'm going here. Gleason, that's an icon. I mean, it's on my watch. I mean, that ought to tell you how much I love that image. For months, maybe years, a creature called Kindred has crawled in the shadows, manipulating events from afar. Now he's finally ready to take his revenge, not on Spider-Man, but on Peter Parker. And to do it, he's resurrected the fanatical Sin Eater as Spidey takes the beating of his life. It's time to take the fight to Kindred, but will Peter be forced to consider the unthinkable? Even worse, Norman Osborn has returned, and a literal army of supervillains, including Boomerang, Kingpin, Tombstone, Chameleon, Jack-o'-lantern, and many kick off a sinister war. But as Nick Spencer's Spidey saga reaches its climax, what is Kindred's horrific endgame? I read the damn thing, and I don't even know. Amazing Spider-Man 44 to 73 from the 2018 volume. You got the A and the B stories. I'm not sure what those were. The 50 to 54 lure Boy to the average Joe, no one knows what that means. It's last rites, but I'm a Spider-Man geek, so I know. Amazing Spider-Man Sins Rising Prelude. You got the Amazing Spider-Man The Sins of Norman Osborn, the giant-sized Spider-Man King's Ransom, the giant-sized Spider-Man The Chameleon Conspiracy, and you've got let's see, Sinister War 1 to 4. You got 1,336 pages. Set you back $150. You've got the Gleason. You break it down. So you've got the first omnibus, huh, Vinkman? Yep. Uh, the end is like the ending of Dexter before they brought it back. Very disappointing, but I liked it. I liked the ride overall. I thought it was good until that ending. Ugh. We've got Edge of the Spider-Verse, Web of Life, which collects. It's got a lot of writers here and a lot of pencilers. What is this collecting? You got Edge of Spider-Verse from 2014, 1 to 5, Edge of Spider-Verse from 2022, 1 to 5, and Edge of Spider-Verse 2023, 1 to 4. Okay, so this is all those Edge of Spider-Verse minis where they interview or introduced a ton of characters, hoping one of them sticks. Traverse the Spider-Verse with a swarm of spiders familiar, fresh and flabbergasting. Well, that's a tongue twister. As Division Moreland targets wall crawlers across all realities, Spider-Man Noir returns. Gwen Stacy's Earth 65 Spider-Woman, and Penny Parker dons the sensational mech suit known as SPDR. With the end of the Spider-Verse loom, Spider-Ham and Aranya head into action, and the legacy of Spider UK passes to a new champion. We've got Sergei Kravinoff becoming the hunted spider, and Spintress. That's Kelly's favorite. Spintress, the Disney princess one. She's kind of cute. Is an all-singing, all-slinging princess. Plus, the Spider-Mobile rides again. And don't forget Peter Parker, yeah. Spider-Rex faces the Venomsaurus. I know someone that loves Spider-Rex, a.k.a. Sarah. Billy Morales is all grown up as Spider-Smasher. And make way for Spider-Boy, this forgotten sidekick, who is headline. It's J. Jonah Jameson. And even more amazing Arachnid Adventures. So I'll put you back $45, 416 pages, if you want to pick that up in December. Cult of Carnage Misery. If you can't tell, that is Liz Allen with a symbiote. They combined Carnage and Anti-Venom, put it on Spidey's first crush in high school, who married an Osborn, and there you go. The mother of all symbiote stories, literally, Liz Allen is Normie Osborn's mama and is blissfully unaware that her son in the all-new, all-deadly Red Goblin is it. So everybody in the damn family gets a suit. But does she know something strange is going on? And after her late husband's father, Norman Osborn, maybe you've heard of him, gets pulled into the chaos and violence swirls around Normie, Liz has no chance but to use the resources at her disposal as the head of Alchemex to take matters into her own hands and become something the Marvel Universe has never seen before. Meanwhile, Toxin and his fellow Life's Foundation symbiotes has been stolen, but by whom and why? Regardless, it's up to Liz to save the symbiotes before they fall into the wrong hands and unleash untold havoc across New York, collecting Cult of Carnage number 1 to 5 of Misery. Again, surprisingly, not bad. I actually picked this up. I'd recommend it. It starts strong. It's what makes Red Goblin a good book, because it focuses more on the Osborn family tree, which I can't ever get enough. Speaking of, time for Normie. Yes, Sarah loves Spider-Rex, and you're not reading or you're not watch the. Now there's Dexter's New Blood, I think. Now that fixes the errors of the last season, Sarah. So if you want to get the bad taste out of your mouth of that last season, I would recommend the new one that came out. This, I guess, is not an ongoing. I thought it was. I think it was a secret miniseries because there hasn't been any solicitations for new issues past issue 10 from what I've seen. So I guess Normie Osborn's story was a mini in Red Goblin. So let's take a look what this one says. Nature versus nurture. Carnage reigns may be over, but Normie Osborn and the rascal symbiote's problems are only beginning. For weeks, Normie has pacified the symbiote and managed to keep the rabid killing machine inside it under control, and he's been trying to do the right thing. And then the process has had to face down small time criminals and low lives, but that leaves him poorly prepared when the bloodthirsty and brutal mercenary Crossbones tracks him down, intent on taking both Normie's symbiote and his life. And in a battle for survival, Normie is about to learn that you can't fight nature, but if he starts losing himself to the corrupting influence of the symbiote, his family and pal Dylan Brock, aka who's the new villain Venom at the moment, are prepared to mount a final push to save the Red Goblin from himself. That'll put you back about $16 for 112 pages and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 5 comics on that one. Speaking of Dylan Brock, we've got Venom Lethal Protector Life and Death trade paperback. David Michelini. I think I swapped these. I got the wrong image up there. Sorry. But this was technically, it's Venom. I sound like such a geek. This is technically Venom Lethal Protector 3, because in the 90s there was one, and then there was one after that. Venom versus Doctor Doom. Venom and co-creator David Michelini returns with a new story set in the sinister symbiote's past, present, when Brains, another mention of Brains, and Spider-Man were still on the menu. Prepare for an epic that will take Venom far from the streets of New York City all the way to the kingdom of Latveria. When Silver Sable and S.H.I.E.L.D. come calling, Venom is recruited into a battle to stop a tech-worshipping cult from getting their hands on a doomsday weapon. Speaking of Doom, there's a certain surprise leader of Latveria, a supreme leader of Latveria, who also has his titanium-armored eyes on the same prize, and he's not the only one. Brock is about to be challenged like never before. What or who will Venom need to overcome the fiercest foe in the Marvel Universe? Read it. It's a good book. I would recommend you picking up that to either get the singles or get the trade. Spider-Man India. Speaking of Sarah, I think she she reviewed this on the Satellite book, and I think she's a fan of it. So, yes, we need more Stegron Venkman. I would agree. Spider-Man India by Nikesh Shukla. Apologize if I messed that name up. We got a Kubert. Which Kubert? We got Adam Kubert doing the pencils on that. Looks pretty good. India's Spider-Man stars in his first series in almost 20 years. Wait a minute. Was there another Spider-Man India miniseries? I don't remember that. Pavitar Prabhakar is back, fresh from the edge of the Spider-Verse in his own universe's Mumbai. But things aren't exactly simple. There's a science professor promising results, activating people's, quote, lizard brains, along with a ruthless businessman who may be more than he seems. As the new lizard emerges to threaten all of Mumbai, its new and terrifying abilities could make it the most powerful version of Spider-Man yet. Spider-Man is the city's only hope, but victory will come at a cost, one Pavitar may not be ready for. How can he pick up the pieces when the entire city is turning against him? The bloodthirsty creatures' next move may mean a death sentence for Pavitar. I hope I'm getting that name right. I'm probably not. Should he even don his costume on the city streets again? So this is collecting Spider-Man India from 2023, issue 1 to 5. So you can get that for about $16. 112 pages. There's the image. I think I swapped these. This is the image for the Lethal Protector 3 with Doom. It's kind of cool to see Doom with a symbiote on. And here is the cover for this one by Al Ewing. So let's see here. For months, Eddie Brock's consciousness has been displaced in time. You've seen what happens when he flung himself into the far future of the Marvel Universe. Now see what happens. He tries to traverse its past with the Golden Age robotic hero known as Flexo. Flexo was kind of lame, I thought. Didn't do much. The part that symbiotes have played in the Marvel Universe is about to take a surprising new turn. Then Toxin, the offspring of Carnage, man, these symbiotes are like bunnies, returns more terrifying than ever. Get ready for a symbiote unlike anything you've ever seen before. And Dr. Doom has something. Eddie Brock, I need. Dr. Doom has something you need. What could it be as two of the most dangerous entities in the world clash? What calamitous circumstances will befall both Eddie and Doom? Collecting Venom from 2021, issue number 22 to 25, puts you back about $18, 120 pages. The Epic Collection continues. If you collect those and trade, I think this has been collected many a time. It's just got a new cover on it with the Epic Collection label on it. It's putting it in the order of they're putting out these amazing Spider-Man issues. If you have the complete Clone Saga, this is probably the same deal. But if you want that Epic Collection and you want the spine to all look like, you probably picked this up. Spider-Man's clone is back. Spidey thought his clone was long dead. Oh, little did he know. But where has the man now called Ben Riley been for the last 5 years? Well, in limbo, literally. But why has he returned? This is back when Ben was cool. And as the Peter Parker's dark side or his better half, as the mysterious Judas Traveler and his companions study the two spiders, Ben enjoys a new lease on life. Suiting up as a Scarlet Spider and swinging into action against Venom, but an unstable Peter is pushed to the brink in a confrontation with the Puma. Can Daredevil help bring him back from the edge? Oh, when he was the Spider. No other Spider story was as inventive uh, or infamous. Yeah, I'll give you infamous. I'm not going to give you innovative, sorry, as the 90s Clone Saga. And this is where it all begins. Collecting Web of Spider-Man 117. Amazing Spider-Man 394 to 396. Adjective list Spider-Man 51 to 53. Spec Spider-Man 217 to 219. Spider-Man Unlimited. And some clone subplot pages. 456 pages. Put you back about $45. A little bit more if you got a discount. And I think, no, we got two more left. Let's see. Let me check in on chat. Brad, this Sunday at my local Walmart, I was able to find the 7-movie pack of Child's Play. Oh, you got talk Chucky with me. All right. And the Adventures of Batman, the animated series, and the Looney Tunes Platinum 6-disc collection. Well, good pickup on Chucky. I am very, don't get me started on Chucky, Matt. I almost, after the Hulk, I would do a Chucky podcast and then a Star Trek podcast. But I love Chucky. If you haven't, if you didn't know that, Child's Play or the Chucky TV series comes back the first week of October on Sci-Fi USA Peacock, or you can buy it. I'm going to buy the season pass on Amazon because I cut the cord. But I'm excited for Chucky. So good pickups, Matt. If memory serves, Spider-Woman by Carla Pacheco, Kelly reviewed on our Spider Satellite book, and she often praised it more than she criticized it, and I did too. I thought it was a well-written book. I thought it was a lot of fun. Vinkman, here you go. This one has Stegron in it. It does have Stegron. Stegron in boxer shorts, I think. Yeah, so that's worth it alone. Spider-Woman is back, and she's pulling no punches. Jessica Drew hasn't been feeling like herself lately when the angry, irritable, and unwell Spider-Woman takes a simple security gig. To help her get back on her feet, she finds herself besieged by unknown forces out to destroy everything around her. But what does Jessica's illness have to do with the daughter of her old nemesis, Otto Vermis? I don't even remember. Finding out will take Spider-Woman back to where it all began, Wundagore Mountain, the nightmarish place that gave her powers, and on a road trip to outer space with her BFF, Captain Marvel. But who is making Jess relieve her traumas? Or relive her traumas, and just how far will she go to secure a cure for what ails her? But how will Spider-Woman be affected by Null's symbiote invasion and the Kingpin's war on vigilantes and Stegron in boxers? Come on, Marvel. You want to sell this thing or not? This thing came out in 2020. You got 21 issues in here, about 500 pages, set you back about $45. I'd recommend it. I think it's a good addition to the storyline of Jessica Drew. Good time to put it out with her new ongoing. And our last one is, I think this one's aimed at the kids. This is a little smaller size, I think, of graphic novels. It's reprinting the Brian Michael Bendis early Miles Morales and Sarah Pacelli stories. Collecting Ultimate Comics, Spider-Man 1 and 2 and 5, and Spider-Man 2016 1 and 2. I don't remember what. Oh, no, that's a Miles book too. Sorry. Got it. The Marvelverse is full of possibilities for Miles Morales. Get to know Miles, the Spider-Man of two worlds, when these ultimately marvelous adventures, with these marvelously adventures. In the wake of Peter Parker's death in the Ultimate Universe, brave young Miles steps forward with his own incredible arachnid-like abilities to live up to the Spider-Man legacy. But how exactly does he get his ultra-cool costume? Then Miles' life is turned upside down when his reality is rewritten, and he and his loved ones are transplanted to the Marvel Universe. But when the Avengers fall, can one teen hero stand in the way of the demonic Blackheart? Again, ages 10 to 4, got about 112 pages, set you back about $10. Again, smaller book than the regular trades, but it's aimed at the kids, man. It's for the kids. So if they really want to know what what Miles's origin is, they could easily pick that up. So that is your solicits. Took me about an hour or so to put these up on the crawl space. If you want to take a look, just go to the homepage. It is here. Let me click on the front page. If it will go, I pay good money for this hosting. It better go. Anyway, it's up on the front page if you would like to see it. You can check it out. There we go. Thank you. And I told you it's right here. Right here. I put it up about an hour ago, and I thought it'd be fun for you all to me to show you what I put up and talk about what's coming up. Marvel also sent out a press release about a book coming out in January, because we just talked about the December solicits. This is a January book. I tell you what, this Miguel O'Hara thing is selling. I was disappointed in the first one, but I guess I'm in the minority. People want to see versions of 2099 characters, and it's more of a Miguel team up book than anything, because they're just every issue introduces a new 2099 character. So I'm guessing that's Frankenstein. This is the 2099 version of Dracula trying to make out with 2099 Moon Knight. 2099 Werewolf by Night. What do we got here? That looks like Terror Inc. Remember the book Terror Inc? Maybe I'm off. Maybe that's not Terror Inc, but that looks like it. And it's an homage to the Ditko lifting heavy stuff. And who is that? That's 2099 Man Thing. Good Lord, what have they done to Man Thing? They stuck some stuff in the back of him. He looks very techno-ish. Let's see. We've got Beware of Marvel Zombie 2099. The Lunar Tomb of Dracula, Werewolf Unleashed. Yep, I was right. Terror Inc. and the Rebirth of Man Wolf. You got the original writer, Stephen Orlando, is writing it, who did the previous two minis. And so there you go. Not for me, but maybe someone likes it. I've been reading Miguel for 30 years. I'm just not digging it. So to each his own. So I will take some questions if you got them. I'll stay on the line. Let me pull up a couple things too that we can talk about that I want you to be aware of. But I'll take some questions. I rarely am by myself. I didn't tell the staff that I was going to do this. This was just a last minute thing. I spent a whole bunch of time updating the front page, and I might do this more often. It's a little easier just to do it by myself with and not schedule people for these solicits. But it's really easy just to go live and show people off for this stuff. So, let's see. Vinkman, I never had my hands on your Man Thing. Matt, no, I've not read the Spider-Man Fake Red manga. I think Neil did, if memory serves. So next time Neil's on, you might ask him. But I think Neil read that one. So let's see. What did I want to show you guys? If I can get the images up, I will pop them up. Here we go. There is one. What's the other one I wanted to show you? There's the other one. Okay, so if I can zoom this out a little bit, let's see here. There we go. So, if you like the show more when it's just not me, which I don't blame you, you can watch coming up this Saturday. We're going to have a few friends on, and we're going to review these two issues that just came out. We've got Legacy Amazing Spider-Man 927 and 928. I love that image of Norman just getting freaked out back there. That's a great image. So that's coming up this Saturday, 7 o'clock Central, if you would like to watch that show. And for our Patreon members, we got a big one coming up for you. We got a lot of books that you want to review. We're going to start that show at 8:30 Central. We've got a couple issues of Cult of Carnage Misery, a couple issues of Death of Venom. Man, Tyler's going to be working hard this weekend. We've got Red Goblin. Neil's going to tackle Uncanny Spider-Man. Another Tyler book, Venom versus Doom over there. We've got Marvel Age 1000, Miles Morales. Wrapping up the Silk Mini, Spider-Man India. We've got What If Carnage. an annual Spider-Gwen, an annual Venom, and poor Sarah is going to review Spine Tingling Spider-Man. So you can get that. If you want to check that out, you can sign up for our Patreon, which is right at the bottom there. Again, patreon.com/crawlspace. You can watch that as we review all those books this weekend. Just want to give you a heads up of what's coming up this weekend. All right, last call for comments. If you want to ask me something before I wrap it up, I'll answer your questions now. And otherwise I'm going to go to bed. I got work tomorrow. Usually when I'm on these live streams, it's on a weekend, so I don't have to go to bed immediately. But we've got 11 people watching, so I appreciate y'all tuning in on the last minute. I only put this notice up about half an hour ago that we were going to go live, so it's nice to know that you guys are ready with your alerts to watch a YouTube channel or to sign into the crawl space to watch us. Speaking of our YouTube channel, let me promote that a little bit because we are so close. We are so close to 2,000 subscribers. Let me see how many I have, and I will share it with you. Look at this. We are at 1960. We need 40 more YouTube subscribers to be at 2,000. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do click the little subscribe button and hit the bell, and you can know when we're on. Hitting the bell today would have been a good idea because I didn't promote that I was going to be on for more than about half an hour before I was. Brad, did I get anything for National Batman Day last Saturday? That's an interesting question. You know why? Because I sold my very last item of Batman that I have in my collection. I've been doing a crawl space cleanout. If you follow our Discord, etc., we have a what do they call it? Marketplace, where if you have like an eBay auction or something, and I have been cleaning out for the last all of summer a lot of stuff I've been putting on eBay, and my last box of Batman wouldn't sell. I had All-Star Batman, which I bought because it had John Romita Jr. art in it, and I think it was written by Scott Snyder. And for years, I had the original Arkham Asylum hardcover, and I had the Batman Bride of the Demon hardcover, and I had the Batman Digital Justice. So in 1989, they had a computer, I think it was like a Windows 3.1 operating system, and they made a Batman hardcover from it. I put all those in a bundle, and I sold them. Matt. I purged my DC. There is no DC in this collection anymore. It's just Marvel. I'm a Marvel zombie. So I like Batman, but I just can't do the monthly comics of Batman anymore because that's all DC is anymore, isn't it? Like 60% Batman? Well, I shouldn't say anything. A lot of Marvel is Spider-Man. So I would say Spider-Man is about 50% of their output. If you count all the spider satellites and you include Venom with it. But anyway, I'm a Marvel guy. I'm a Spider-Man guy. I'm not a Batman guy. So I did not pick up anything for Batman Day. However, if they come out with a cool video game, I'll buy it. I bought all 4 Batman Arkham games for the PlayStation. I didn't get that Gotham Knights game, though. That didn't look that great. Trayvon, you're going to watch us Saturday night, huh? We've got a couple shows lined up for the Patreon, and we've got our regular ASM review show. I will tell you the cast who's going to be on the show. Let me pull it up. I don't want to get it wrong. Unfortunately, JR is not going to join us. JR is on the road. So he was not able to join us. So let me pull up who the cast is, and I'll give you a little behind the scenes of who's on the show this weekend. We've got me, and we've got Dark Mark, who evidently has some comedy planned. And Chi-Town's a little scared about the comedy. But we have Dark Mark. It'll be great to see Dark Mark in the house. We got Mike McNulty, and we have a new member. I will introduce her on Saturday. I said her. It's not Sarah. It's not Kelly. We have a new female that is going to join us for her first show on Saturday. So I am excited. She may be watching right now. But she's a big crawl space fan, and I'm going to give her a shot. I think it's kind of cool to get some new blood in here occasionally. So watch that Saturday at 7 o'clock Central for a new member making her debut on the crawl space. And for the satellite show, we've got Sarah, and we've got me, and we've got Josh, our friend from up north, Canada. And we've got Neil, aka Mr. Transformers, Mr. X-Men, Mr. Krakoa, joining us, and Mr. Symbiote Tyler is going to be joining us on that show. Kelly, unfortunately, can't join us on that show, but she will in the future, I hope. I think she's got a birthday. So if you want to wish Kelly a happy birthday, feel free. So happy birthday, Kelly. Hope you're going to have a great time. Vigman, what are you talking about Batman here? They won this Spider. How are we talking about Batman so much? I blame Matt. Michael Bailey posted a new episode of The Overlooked Dark Knight about Batman Collect Editions last Sunday. Well, there you go. Brad, you have to read the Boom series. We only find them when they are dead. It's by Al Ewing. Man, I tell you what, man, I have really cut back on what I buy. And if it's not Marvel, I really don't buy much anything else. But the Boom series, we only find them when they are dead. Al Ewing, man, he's hit or miss with me. Matt, I liked most of his Hulk. What did he write that I just hated? He wrote something that was just so god awful that really made me wonder if I even liked him. Help me out, chat. What did Al Ewing write? Trust obeys. Wishing Kelly a happy birthday. So yes, we will pass that on to her. What did Al Ewing write that was so bad? Vinkman, Matt, help me out. Chat, what did he write recently that really just did not sit well? It definitely wasn't as popular as his Immortal Hulk. All right. I think it's time to wrap the show up. Unless if chat can find out what Al Ewing has written recently that really was did not land well. Here, I will Google it. I won't Google it live because you never know what will come up. And I don't have anybody to bounce off of with the was it Venom? No, his Venom isn't that bad. What did he write that I just didn't care for? Let's see. He wrote Hulk. He did Thor and Venom. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I just something he wrote just really hit me wrong. So anyway, we were on for about an hour. I hope you enjoyed it. If I have more time, I will do this in the future after I update the front page of the crawl space with the solicits. I think it's kind of fun to chat you all up and talk about what's coming out in Marvel in the future. I mean, I spend a lot of time on that, updating that, putting the images up, making it look right. And often we don't get comments on the front page on that section. So I thought we'd try a little something new to spice it up. So I appreciate everybody watching. I hope you can join us Saturday night where we've got a regular review show with the panel where I have more people to bounce off of. And we also have a Patreon show coming up on Saturday night at 8:30. So I hope you can join us. Peace out, Crawl Spacers.